Hey everybody, this is Darren Van Dam, and you are watching Flick Connection, the show that helps you get more out of movies, and today I want to tell you about all the best stuff Netflix is adding in November 2019. So November is shaping up to be maybe one of the best months Netflix has ever had in terms of new ads, new Netflix original stuff, including a handful of really big movies. And this includes older movies that almost everybody has seen. I'm going to kind of breeze past those just to let you know that they've been added and spend a little more time talking about the newer, fresher stuff that you don't know about yet. This video is sponsored by CyberGhost VPN, and I'm going to tell you about how they can help you unlock even more movies and TV shows with your current Netflix subscription. But let's start off with everything getting added November 1st, starting with one of the bigger releases of the month, The King.
A king has no friends, only followers and a foe.
Now this is actually directed by a really great director who did movies like Animal Kingdom and The Rover, which I've mentioned on the channel multiple times. I think he's a really great director, and this movie looks really, really well done, and it's got a huge cast including Robert Pattinson, Timothy Chalamet, Ben Mendelsohn, and Joel Edgerton, and it's about King Henry V. This is a 2.5-hour epic movie. It looks like it's got battle sequences. It looks like it'll be great for anyone still undergoing Game of Thrones withdrawals, and it just looks like it's going to be one of the better movies of 2019. We will see if I get the opportunity. I'm going to do a full review on it. It's a little tricky with Halloween and trick-or-treating and all of that stuff, but I'd really like to do a review, so be on the lookout for that later this week as well. American Son stars Kerry Washington, and her son is missing, but she's actually reunited with her ex-husband in the police station while they're looking for her missing teenage son. Looks like heavy drama stuff. Whether or not it's going to be any good, yet to be seen. It is getting released on the same day as something as big as The King, and so far in my experience when Netflix does that, they're not particularly proud of it, but this could be an exception.
Sir, for $1, name a movie. Go.
Radio Shack.
Yes, what? Radio Shack?
Yes.
That's a store. Excuse me, goodbye.
On November 1st, they're adding a handful of other gems, including Billy on the Street, which is a really funny show. It's basically reality TV, but it's a guy going up to people on the street and asking them good questions. You're kind of thinking maybe jaywalking, like the old Jay Leno bit. This is way funnier, in my opinion, so check it out if you're into that sort of thing. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas gets added back. It was on last year, and it's coming back. It would have been great to have that on my drug movie list that I released earlier in the week, but oh well, it's getting added on the 1st. How to Be a Latin Lover is a really funny movie about a fading gigolo that's trying to sort of nail down this rich woman, but he's basically, he's way past his prime. This has got some really great performances and some really funny gags. If you want to watch just like, it's not really a rom-com, it's just a good, solid comedy that's come out in recent years. If it's been a while since you've seen something really funny, this is a really safe bet. Rosemary's Baby gets moved from Prime to Netflix right after Halloween. It's still well worth watching. Wes Anderson claims this is his favorite movie. If you loved Once Upon a Time in Hollywood over the summer, they referenced this movie multiple times, so it's really a must-watch for movie lovers, even if you missed it during the Halloween season. Rounders is just a great poker movie. Hopefully everyone's seen it. It had a really good TV run back in the day, so if you have not seen this one, great performances from Matt Damon, Edward Norton, John Turturro, John Malkovich. Really great stuff. Another great classic, Sling Blade. If you haven't seen it by now, I don't know where you've been, but take advantage of it while it's on Netflix. And again, these are movies that are well worth rewatching. Step Brothers is the one that took a while to grow on me. I just don't remember laughing much in the theater the first time, but since then, I've really come to warm up on this movie, and I really like it a lot. Oddly enough, it's Joaquin Phoenix's favorite movie, or at least the one that he's seen the most, or so he claims.
Yeah, I thought Step Brothers, I assume you love that movie. You didn't see it more times than any other film, though. It's impossible. I feel like you, I don't know what.
I have.
You really have?
Yeah.
That's the one?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
The Game is a David Fincher movie that kinda has gotten forgotten about just because his other movies, you know, Seven and Fight Club that sort of bookend this one are way better, but The Game is an incredible thriller starring Michael Douglas. Really great mind bender. If you've never seen it, it is a must watch. If you like my recommendations, do not sleep on this one. The Matrix Trilogy getting added back. They're just really adding a lot of stuff back, but good stuff. I mean, really good stuff. Including Zombieland. I guess someone else had it for the release of Zombieland 2, but as of November 1st, Zombieland will be on Netflix. Moving on with the month, on November 4th, District 9 gets added back. It was on last year, it left, now it's back. One of my favorite sci-fi movies to have come out this century. Another one, if you love my recommendations, you have to watch this one. It's amazing, really, all around. I love everything about this movie.
I'm Alyssa. I'm 19, and I thought I'd already had the shittest day of my life.
You look like a princess.
But this is actually worse.
On November 5th, The End of the F***ing World, Season 2 gets added. I know this was a really popular show, and I know a lot of you loved it as well, so you get Season 2 coming at you November 5th. Green Eggs and Ham is an animated series that looks really good. Like, it's done in the Dr. Seuss style, but there's like warmth and lighting in it. I'm really interested in this one. Michael Douglas and Adam Devine voiced for this one, and it looks like it'll be a great one to watch with the kids. Now, Netflix is also adding a bunch of holiday-specific shows and movies this month. I perused them. Most of them look terrible, which is usually the case with Christmas movies. If you love like Hallmark Christmas movies, you're probably gonna like at least a couple of these. I know most of my audience will not, but there is one exception, and that is an animated movie called Klaus that gets added on November 8th. The animation in this looks beautiful. There's some good voice talent added to this one. It looks like it's gonna be a good family movie. Obviously, it's about Santa Claus, but it looks like it's gonna be a good one to watch, especially just being a Netflix original that you can watch right in the middle of November. Before moving on to the rest of this list and you're new here, please click the subscribe button and click the bell as well so you get notified when I put out new content like this. But I do new videos about the best movies to watch on Netflix and other streaming services every single week, so you never run out of good movies to watch. Speaking of never running out of good movies to watch, I'd like to thank the sponsor, CyberGhost VPN, for sponsoring another video. This is a service that I have been using for a while that helps keep your web browsing secure, but in addition to that, they have select servers in their long list of servers that allow you to access more movies on Netflix and other streaming services. If you don't know, different countries have different movies. Like right now in the UK, there are a bunch of big blockbuster American films that you cannot watch on Netflix here in the US. You can get it right now for as little as $2.75 a month, and it's available for simultaneous streaming on up to 7 devices, including Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, Linux, the whole swath of them. They have a 45-day money-back guarantee, so if you don't like it, feel free to cancel it. They have 24/7 customer support. I've never needed it because it's pretty intuitive and easy to use, but take a look, see if it's for you, at least give it a try, and it'll maybe save you some money from renting movies if you can find them available in other countries. But let's go ahead and move on with the rest of the video. I don't talk about the comedy specials too much because it's so subjective, but I do tell you when my absolute favorite comedians have specials, and Jeff Garlin has a new special on November 12th. You'll recognize him from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I've seen him live, I've seen his other stand-up bits. He's fairly like simple, it's not a roaring laughter he ever gets out of me, but I love it. It makes me happy, I love his point of view on the world. It's not like Larry David, but it's similar, just enough to sort of give you that Curb Your Enthusiasm feeling. November 15th brings a new Netflix original film called Earthquake Bird that looks really interesting. This is actually produced by Ridley Scott and it stars Alicia Vikander, who generally makes really good decisions in terms of the movies she does, and really the only exception is Tomb Raider, but how do you not choose to play Lara Croft? So I do not hold that one against her. This looks like a really good sort of, not quite espionage, but like political intrigue type of a thing. She plays a narrator, gets involved in a love triangle. One of the members of that love triangle go missing, and then she's brought in for questioning, and it looks like it's pretty heavy, but also like this twisted mystery as well. It is definitely one I'll be watching, and hopefully one I'll be reviewing as well. A new season of The Crown gets added. If you've not been watching it, it's a great series, and as the Queen ages, new actresses are playing her, so I find that an interesting aspect of the show as well, and if you haven't had access to see season 3, you can watch it in the middle of the month.
Are you gonna hook up with a Mexican girl? Or anything like you, I wouldn't be able to stand like an hour with them. They'd be like,
Here's a story about this and a story about that.
but dude, all you gotta do is
Jumping all the way ahead to November 23rd, End of Watch is a fantastic cop drama starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena. They're great together, they have amazing chemistry in this movie, and this is actually directed by the guy who did Suicide Squad. Now, I didn't like Suicide Squad, but because this movie was so well done, that's why they gave him such a big budget movie like that. I think he flubbed it, but that doesn't mean he didn't do a fantastic job with End of Watch. If you like cop movies, buddy cop movies. This one's more serious than your typical buddy cop movie, but still really well put together. On a similar note, Shotcaller is one that I've mentioned on Amazon Prime multiple times. It's a really great gem hiding out over on Amazon Prime. This is a prison movie starring Jamie Lannister, and it is gritty. It's pretty epic. It covers a long span of time, and just a good prison movie that is basically kind of a straight to streaming or a made for TV quality. Like, this isn't quite like national release theater quality, but judging it from that perspective, it's really, really great. It is brutal, it is violent, but that's what makes it so good.
You ever show up late?
No.
Do you have any moving violations?
No.
Do you drink on the job?
No.
You ever hit anybody?
On a job?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All right, then. We don't have nothing to worry about.
And then, the biggest one of the month, biggest Netflix original of the year, biggest Netflix original movie ever to be released is The Irishman. Why is this movie such a big deal? It's directed by Martin Scorsese. It's the newest film from him. Not only is it directed by Martin Scorsese, but it's the first time he's reuniting Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci since Casino, and they're in a bunch of his best movies, including Casino, Goodfellas, Raging Bull. And then they're also gonna have Al Pacino in this playing Jimmy Hoffa. They're doing this age thing on De Niro where he ages throughout, so he's gonna look young at times in the movie, or middle-aged, and then his true age. It sounds epic. I know a couple of people that are in the movie. I cannot wait to watch this movie. It does get a limited theatrical release on November 21st. So you can look, there's a link in the description. You can look to see if it's playing in a city near you. If I get the chance to review it early, there will be an early spoiler review video up on this channel. If not, I'll be watching it with the rest of you on the 27th. On November 29th, The Movies That Made Us is a series getting added, and as far as I understand, it's the same production as The Toys That Made Us, which basically talked about classic toys and how they had like cultural impact and stuff. So if they're doing that with movies, I'm very, very interested, and I would imagine a lot of you will be as well. Atlantics is a foreign film that looks really interesting. It's about these people that are basically modern day slave labor, which is something that happens primarily in the Middle East. People are brought there to help build these gigantic buildings, and their papers are taken away from them, and they are not paid, and they are stuffed into housing. This is a real thing. This happens in the world today. This movie's sort of about that, and about people that try to get on a boat and escape. Just based on the trailer, it's kind of reminding me a little bit of like City of God or something like that. So it's definitely interesting. It is mixed language. There are going to be some subtitles in some English language. I don't know how much, but I'll be checking it out and I'll let you know if it's worth your time. And then another foreign language one on the 29th, I Lost My Body, is French language, but it's got this really beautiful animation style, and it's about a boy that's interested in this girl, but also somewhere across town there's a severed hand, like Cousin It, that's like trying to find its body or trying to kind of navigate its way around the city. Not sure how those stories will mesh up, but the animation style looks beautiful, so another one that I will be checking out in November. Here is everything leaving in November. Keep in mind, these movies leave on the date listed, which means if you wait till that date, you missed the movie. So if there's anything you've been wanting to watch in your queue that you see on this list, be sure to watch it soon. And also take a minute to thank the Patreon supporters. They're keeping the lights on, they're keeping the channel running. These are everyone donating $5 and up every single month. Really, really great support system there. If you'd like to become part of that support system, just check out the link in the description. But my Patreon supporters do get benefits like additional movie recommendations, private videos only they can see, live streams only they can take part in. So go over and check it out if you want to be a bigger part of the channel, but I will keep making videos like this one as long as you keep watching them. Thanks for checking this one out, and you will see me on the next one.